Good morning. Recording live from Unified Unicorns. My name is Anna.
And my name is Ashley.
And we discuss problems surrounding our school system.
Have you ever seen a student with poor behavior come back to class with a prize when they should have been disciplined? This issue has grown a lot throughout the years and has become something that both teachers and students have questioned. As behavior worsens, meeting the minimum expectations becomes highly praised, while those who exceed get pushed to the side. This issue has affected how students behave because many are aware of the limited regulation and consequences that exist.
Data shows that schools have started using softer discipline methods, such as counseling, instead of stricter consequences like we did in the past. While these approaches are intended to support students, some believe they may also reduce accountability for reported behavior issues. To better understand how these changes are affecting students and staff, we went around our school community to hear their experiences and perspectives firsthand. Now, reporting live from Unified Unicorns, I pass it over to our interview team, Angie and Victoria.
Hello, I am news reporter Victoria Delgado, and today I will be asking a series of questions to those of how they feel upon school rules and regulations. Today, I have a teacher that teaches physics, Mr. Squire. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good as well. Today, I want to see your side of how you feel about the rules. Here are two questions I have prepared for you. Question 1. Do you think the school actually enforces the rules equally for every student, or does the system protect some while holding others to a different standard?
Definitely protects others while holding to different standards, depending on if you have IEPs or 504s, which are kind of a legal issue, but also a standard of behavior as well as just what should be upheld for each student and what should be expected. Should be a set standard. Also, I don't want to say it, but the people above the teacher's level have an issue with reinforcing it, even though you get repetitive complaints about the same students over and over again.
Great job, brother.
This is your last question. Do you believe there is an insufficient disciplinary action when students engage in inappropriate behavior?
Yes. So that is more of a California rule than anything. California has just made it extremely difficult to have kids like actually get kicked out of school or be held accountable. So students, honestly, one of the biggest behavioral issues is the inability of trying, which is one of the biggest issues, which comes from allowing students to fail so many classes for so long until they're about 16 is when they can start actually start getting them in trouble for failing. Also, you can get into high school with like a 4th grade reading level and a 3rd grade math level without actually ever learning it. So then once you get into high school, you've basically done nothing for like the last 10 years, and so you kind of goof off all the time. So yeah.
Thank you for giving me your time and honest opinion, Mr. Squire, and this is news reporter Victoria Delgado, and I pass it on to my fellow partner, Angie.
Thank you, Victoria, for passing me the mic. My name is Angie Bang, and today I'll be your second news anchor. I will be taking a deeper dive into the school, asking teachers and students how they feel about school rules and regulations.
And we're here with news reporter Angie. Thank you, Victoria, for passing me the mic. And we're taking a deeper dive into the school system, and I'm here with a history teacher, Mr. Mahinki. Mr. Mahinki, what do you think could improve fairness in our school's discipline?
I think there needs to be some even training amongst the administration so that everybody's on the same page and everybody enforces the rules. Because I think some people are stricter on the rules than other people, and that puts a burden on those that are less strict.
Yeah, I can see that around the school too. Does constant misbehavior take away learning time from students who want to learn?
Definitely. That's what upsets me the most in a classroom, is dealing with people that are off task or misbehaving when the other students are trying their best to learn. And not every students learn the same way, so some students need to have a little more support than others. And when you're constantly dealing with discipline, that hurts them the most.
All right, Mr. Marinki, thank you for taking your time out of the day for this interview.
And today we have Treat Lee. What role do you play at school?
So I think I play a very important role at school because I am a valedictorian, a summa cum laude, and because I'm graduating early this year. Originally, I was supposed to be a junior, but I skipped a grade level, and I feel like my achievements have made a really big impact on the school.
I have some questions for you today. How do you feel when you see a good student get overlooked while the troubled student gets more attention even after misbehaving?
So for me, when I see a good student being overlooked and teachers paying more attention to bad students, I really don't care, and I would encourage that way. Because for me, I know that McLean is full of kids who have troubles with education because they have problems with financial issues and they lack the support. So when the teachers pay more attention to kids who are overlooked, I would encourage it because I feel like they would need more help than students who are already on good terms academically.
Second question. How does constant classroom disruption affect you as a student, especially when you're trying to learn?
I feel like classroom disruptions play a huge factor in my learning because whenever there's always a loud talking or when students don't pay attention at all, it can dismotivate other people, and then like it can distract you because when you're trying to read or learn and then you just hear people talking, you'll sometimes maybe listen to them and trying to get tea, and like that disrupts you from your work.
Well, thank you for letting me interview today, Tree. We're here with.
Alexa Weepes.
And what's your role at McLean?
I'm a current high school senior here at McLean High. I'm graduating as valedictorian for the classes 2026.
I have some questions for you today. How do you feel when you see good students get overlooked while troubled students get more attention even after misbehaving?
So I see this a lot in classrooms, and when I see that the teacher's focusing more on the students that misbehave, I feel like that when the misbehaving comes in class, it's more of a friendly interaction rather than supposed to be a disciplined interaction. They kind of favor them more knowing that they're not as serious about this at school, and I feel like they definitely interact with them more throughout the class year. So I feel like they should be focusing more on disciplining them and teaching them how to behave better rather than just making them a friend rather than treating them as a student.
Another question is, how does constant classroom disruptions affect you as a student, especially when you're trying your best to learn?
So classroom disruptions also occur a lot in classes, and I feel like when a teacher has to pause in the middle of teaching, it definitely throws your thoughts off because you're super focused already when the teacher is lecturing. So when it's just a mid cutoff and they just start going to discipline the student or they're just talking to them, it definitely not only takes time in class, but it also just makes the students lose their train of thought and have to regather them when they resume teaching. So it definitely just puts a very big pause within just everyone's learning ability.
All right, thank you for letting me interview today.
Of course.
We are Unified Unicorns, reporter Victoria and Angie, reporting back to the station with the magical anchors Anna and Ashley.
I hope you guys learned a lot from these interviews today.
Thank you for your time. Stay magical.